So thank you again so much, Kristie, for joining me today. It's an honor and it's also very exciting for me.
Well, and do people know that we've been friends for a long time?
Just watching the way that you have grown to the point that you are now a general manager in a top 50 market at a very successful TV station. I believe you are the youngest Latina GM in the country.
There's only 7% people of color running TV stations, and less than 20% are women. So it's hard to find others. We're lacking a little bit of diversity at the top. And I don't think enough on-air people go into management. And I wish that we would have a better pipeline into news director roles, general manager roles, because you guys understand so much about the world.
Certain decisions that happen the level that you're at that precipitate down.
One of those decisions is hiring, right? Like you're really involved in picking out on-air talent like meteorologists.
And in your role at KVUE, you have already gotten the opportunity to bring in some new talent on your weather team. So I'm curious, what are you looking for? Are there certain things that stick out to you when you're looking at someone's reel?
I think when you look at any reel, it's like, does it pop, right? Does that person jump off of the screen? And that's the indescribable it TV thing that you clearly have and a lot of people have. But nowadays, I would say that it thing, you have to be really real and authentically you. And so we don't want people who are trying hard to be an on-air personality and have like this stiff voice and a stiff body. It's like, no, just be you and have fun. But with your job, like, you also have to be a scientist. This is a job where you're responsible for keeping the community safe. You have to make sure that they have that mastery of weather and science. Have you ever dealt with a tornado? Have you dealt with a nor'easter? Like, have you been battle tested yet? And so hopefully you have, by the time you get to a middle market like Austin. Now that you have all that mastery and that skill and that science knowledge, can you make that easy for people to understand? I want to see how you're engaging the community. That involves social media, but it also involves in making content, in being out in the community. This is a one-to-one relationship, and you need to bring that energy and have that confidence to not be thinking about everything out there, but just that one-to-one conversation.
So you kind of touched on this already, talking about community involvement. I want to see that you care about the place that you are living and working. Are there any other off-air qualities that are important to you?
We have found out that climate news, details about the sky at night, right? Our audience is actually hungry for that stuff. There's a lot of fun things or explainers that you can do on some of these platforms that you should not have a free moment in the day. Like, not only is that a gift to your TV station, but it allows you to connect with your community where they are.
So with a background in promotions, I'm sure you bring a lot of creative energy to KVUE. So when you're looking to promote your weather department, your weather team, what do you look for?
Well, I think you have to remember that your weather talent at any station has the potential to be the biggest star of the market. Weather talent is always a priority to promote. And I think you have to always remember that there's two parts. Yes, there's personality and people who everyone loves, but there's also the science and the trust and the safety factor. If your weather team and your weather strategy is not one of the top 3 things that you're promoting, you should probably take a look at your overall strategy. And I'm going to guess you're also not a #1 station.
Do you think that slogans like live, local, late breaking, those kind of things, do they actually resonate with people?
I'm not the biggest fan of slogans. A slogan is not a brand. And so when we dive into a station, your brand is the experience, the set of experiences that people have with you.
You have so much on your plate beyond just the day-to-day news operations. So my question, as coming from a TV Met perspective, what can I do as an on-camera meteorologist to make your life easier?
If you're really engaging the community and doing all the things that we've talked about as best practices, you're going to be that person that the community knows and trusts and leans on. It's a special permission to be invited in somebody's home that way, right? The right meteorologist on a team at the desk, I'm telling you, shows win and lose based off of that. And anytime a show increases ratings, we can make more money at the TV station, which, in a case like KVUE, it's like, all right, the revenue we make, like, let's make sure we're taking care of our employees. and making it a great place to work for everyone.